Yeah, I'd say buy an accordion.
Just go for it. Don't be shy. It's very easy. All you need is three chords for the whole of rock and roll, and most of the all the blues and reggae and pretty much, and you're away. Just don't wait. And have a look on the internet and millions of sites which will just teach you how to get started.
Probably too many of them.
Well,
Right, yeah.
it is
But maybe you should just go to ukuleleorchestra.com, download our free chord sheets, and buy a few CDs while you're there.
it is when you start. It's hard because if you can't play, you don't know how to tune it. But if you don't know how to tune it, then you can't play it. And one of the best things I've seen is in some of the ukulele festivals for beginners, they have a little stall or a tent, and you just take your uke for them to tune for you. And that's one of the best ideas. I suppose the other tip is you don't have to play all the strings at once, and you don't have to play all the time. There's quite a lot, isn't there?
There's quite a few weird ones we've done. We've done big gigs like in the Albert Hall, Royal Albert Hall,
Carnegie Hall.
7,000 people, and 1,000 people brought their ukuleles and joined in with us. That was a great one. And then we've done some very strange ones like the camels. That was good.
Yeah, we did music for camels and llamas.
Dancing camels.
Yes, dressage, which I expect in French is dressage. Yeah. And we done a couple up a mountain.
Yeah, in the snow, in
snow up
Switzerland,
mountains.
on a skidoo, you call it, snow.
Yes, snowmobile.
Snowmobile.
Yeah, had to get there by
Yeah,
then.
that was all good.
We've some of the gigs. We've probably gone to gigs on a plane, and occasionally on a river boat, and sometimes in a golf cart. Nearly every form of transport we've arrived. We say we haven't actually arrived at a gig on an elephant yet, but
we should do that.
Monday. And
Japan was interesting as well.
Japan was interesting.
That was very peculiar.
Yeah.
Then there'll be more, no doubt. Strange ones. I don't know what this place is like. It's probably a bit.
On a little floating island in the middle of Liverpool's Albert Dock, we did a gig there once.
Really?
Yes. Exactly.
Was it raining?
It wasn't at the time, but it was the Weatherman's Island. It was part of the TV show.
In the shape of Great Britain.
In the shape of Great Britain, and the Weatherman, he used to just their gimmick. So we did a gig from there.
But I mean, the funny thing, because you've got ukuleles, people do sort of put you in funny places to do. They could think you can do it anyway.
Well, that was the advantage in starting, because you weren't in any. There was no. Unless you were going to play Hawaiian or play George Formby. I don't know are you aware of George Formby?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, you were doing one or two of the traditional things that the ukulele players were doing. The advantage of that meant that we have actually played at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club and the Glastonbury Festival and the Royal Albert Hall and Chamber Music Chicago, because we don't really fit in any of those categories, which has been good.
Yeah.
To our advantage, really. We met Bill Wyman in an elevator of the Rolling Stones. Does that count?
Did you play with him?
No, we said, and he went,
We haven't played in an elevator. Do you like playing in elevators?
No, I was wondering if you'd be interested in playing in an elevator, because we have one.
There's certainly a lot of songs which we do which don't. We try to make them work, and they won't work, But by and large, it's a good. The eight of us have quite a good filter process. So, when Dave brings stuff in, it's usually a disaster, isn't it? No, exactly. But we'll if I bring something in I think's great, as long as enough people think it's a good thing, we think we can do something with it, it tends to stick. And then we try it in front of people. And often what won't work at first, something happens, someone does something or says something, or it becomes a funny thing, and it can change, and success can come.
I think you have to take about 3 songs. If you want a new song, you take 3 you like, and you find one that people don't really like, and one just doesn't sound right, and one sounds okay. And that's the first thing. The people who sing them often bring them, as they say, like the Beatles. The one who sang the lead vocals was probably the one who wrote most of it. But the other thing that happens is that having had some ideas, it's often fate intervenes. So there's sometimes we've decided to do this song with this singer in this way, but in the rehearsal that singer's stuck in traffic, and so we do it some other way, and that sounds even better than our idea. So often they work like that.
But they all work in over time. It's never good. It's never the best the first time. It's good, and that's how we, as a band, just keep playing concerts, more and more concerts, and the songs just sort of bed down until they start working really properly. The new ones.